Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Big City Greens Season 3 Episode 4. This is the first half and it's called No Service. And we have a clip, and the second half is called Taken, and that's the second half, which doesn't have a clip, which is a shame because I do, when it did like the rewatch was like a couple of hours ago, I definitely prefer the second half than the first half, because I'm just gonna say this right away. I'm gonna say this right away. This episode right here, it's not bad. It's just okay. Like from a range of 60% to 69%, that's like the range of okay when I do my ratings on episodes and shows and movies and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just okay. This one, yeah, again, it's not bad. It's just okay. But definitely Taken is better. There's some parts where it's kind of irritating. I'll talk about that when I talk about the second half. And again, this might be common. This is not meant for me. It's meant for other people, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, with Remy, I'm only gonna say that much because we're not at that point of the episode yet. We're not at that section, so yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it yet. But besides all that, let's get started with the episode. So we have basically Cricket and Tilly, and they're like splishy, splishy, and I guess it's kind of like what's it called? You know how and again, this isn't like a sponsor thing. This is just like through personal experience, and like of me growing up, of like how 7-Eleven does like that um on actual the day 7-Eleven basically they do like the free like the like the what's it called? I actually haven't been to one in a couple years. It's basically like a what was it, an icy? I think it was an icy. Yeah, it was like a free icy or something. I could be totally wrong. I'm so sorry. But anyway, this is equivalent to a splishy, and it's kind of like the free day. I'm not sure if they are set in July, because July is 7, with the months. So I'm not sure if they're taking precedent in July in the timeline of Big City Greens for season 3. I'm not sure if they're in July or not. That'd be pretty cool if they corresponded with that, but I'm not sure. He just probably just chose a random day, probably. Maybe. Okay. Anyway, so they're kind of like splishy, splishy. And it even asks, like, what the heck is a splishy? Because she's old. She doesn't understand, like, the free drink. And then, like, I love how Tilly explains it. Oh, Grandma, it's a combination of. I like the design with like the cool S. I like it. Look at this penguin. Pretty cool. It's a combination of ice. Um. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, sugar and chemicals. Oh, that's a perfect explanation. That's the perfect. And hey, look, the sip is the. Why can't I say words? The sip in snack. This seems pretty cool. Um, you know something? This girl right here, she was one of the background characters for a bunch of episodes in previous seasons. So that's pretty cool that she's here. I just happen to notice. I recognized her face with the red hair. I just happen to notice. So that's pretty cool. We get to see her again. And so like yay, we're here. And Bill's like, oh, and this is, I love Bill's B plot. It's awesome. Bill's like, oh geez, you're like, there isn't like a parking spot, and yeah, like, oh wow, why don't you guys get out? And they're already out. It's owned by Dad. And Bill's like, okay, we're gonna go find a parking spot. And I love how Alice is dramatic. I love Grandma. She's like, if we don't come back alive, avenge us. And I love Tilly here. Yeah, I just want to play this right here. This is amazing.
Look at all these new flavors. Nitro berry, mental melon, purple. Oh, mama, here we come.
Sorry, I don't want to play too much, but I love the flavors, and I like how the colors match with the dispenser part. That's pretty cool. But what was it? What was it? Nitro cherry? Hold on a second. Nitro berry. I was close. Well, there's a cherry on here. It's nitro cherry. Nitro cherry, mental melon, and purple. Purple's amazing. But I would definitely go for mental melon because I'm starting to get used to more sour stuff. And I like lime and lemon as like a flavor. Especially with snow cones. It's really good. So I would definitely get mental melon. Sign me up. I love it. But I will also try nitro cherry. That seems pretty cool. And then, yeah, it's the free swishy day. And hey, look, they even have snow cones here. Pretty cool. And they're about to get it. And then we have this guy. And he, I'm not sure if he owns the place or he's just a worker. I think he just works here. And he's like, hey, can't you read? And he's like, yep, but I choose not to. Crick is amazing. But, no shoes, no shirt, no service, basically. He's like, no shoes, no service. And Cricket tries to explain to the guy, I'm Cricket Green, I don't wear shoes. Like, yeah, Cricket, that's a problem. Like, ew. And he has these 3 rules, like, mop the floor every afternoon, like, wax the bathroom every morning, and follow the rules. And even Cricket brings up a good point. If you mop the floor anyway, why do you care of what I wear? And also, I like attention to detail. If the floor is going to be shiny like this, then it should be shiny every time we walk into the convenience store. At least today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes away. Come on, it should be shiny. Like, I don't understand. And he's like, that's just the rules, man. You just gotta follow them. And I like how he just like, I like how he tried to, because he's still a kid. You know how I mentioned last episode how he grew and how he's not that little kid who basically knew nothing about the community center and he actually got to be a mentor. But he's still 11 and he is still a kid. Like, you know, and I like how he went to the kitchen on the counter, like where the cashier is, where the cashier would be, and he's like messing with his name tag, and he's like, "Oh hey, Clark," like you know, and he's kind of acting like he was with Gloria back in season 1. And I'm like, "Oh no, dude, Cricket, that's what you got in trouble with the first time." And I was kind of thinking this episode can go in different ways, but what I don't want to happen, and spoiler, it doesn't happen, thank goodness. I don't want Cricket to get a job here. Because I like the idea of giving Cricket a job, of him learning responsibility and hanging out with Gloria and her kind of becoming big sister in a way, and Cricket is like her like little brother in a way and stuff like that. And Gloria interacting with the Greens more. I thought it was really good development. I really appreciate that. But remember that one episode season 1 where Cricket erases that by getting those coffee beans, and he just messed up the counter again so he doesn't have to be away from Gloria. And Gloria actually started that because she didn't have to be away from him. But they're literally right next door from each other, and Cricket just can come inside the coffee store when Gloria is on her break. And you get a 15-minute break so you can talk for like 15 minutes or 10 minutes if you have to go somewhere for 5 minutes. Who knows? So I was like, so Cricket got his job back. I was like, okay, I'm kind of hoping he kind of either loses his job again, or how long are we do this? And then, spoiler alert for season 2 with the Chipocalypse, Cricket doesn't have a job anymore. Okay, thank goodness, because you can only do that so much. So when I was looking at this episode with the sipping snack, I was kind of hoping. I really hope Cricket doesn't get a job, because it's kind of the same thing. This guy, just like Gloria, doesn't like Cricket and his antics. You have to follow the rules. You're making a mess of everything, and then Cricket has to pay his debt. Like, I didn't want that to happen. So, yeah, I'm really glad. And he's like, hey, like, come on, dude. Let's go through a bargain. Come on. He's like, you know what I would like? I like for you to leave. And he's like, come on, Tilly, let's go. And I'm like, dang, Tilly. First thing I want to say, where did you get this? Come on. I know animation and drawing takes a long time, but let there just be different sized cups near the stand. She literally picked it up from thin air. Come on. I know I harp on that a lot. I'm sorry about that. I really shouldn't, but come on. Or at least leave it like right there with a bunch of cups, and she picks it up, and that's how she gets it. No, she's. Come on. I'm probably the only one in the fandom that probably finds it annoying, and that's perfectly fine with me. But, but anyway, but Tilly kind of is like, oh, sorry, Cricket, but I got shoes on, and I have a me-sized cup to fill. And I guess she goes for purple. Yeah, she's going for the purple flavor. And then Cricket's like, okay, fine. Who wants a delicious sugary splishy on a free day like this? And we have Bill and Alice, and this is like, this is really funny. He's like, oh, come on. Like, where are the parking spots? And I just want to play this right here.
$5 for parking? That's highway robbery. No way we're parking there.
Good for you, son. You know how much I admire cheapness in a man.
Sorry, I don't want to play too much. But I like their banter. It's pretty funny. But he's like, $5, that's highway robbery. Trust me, because I have been out of state before, and but I'm not gonna say what state I'm in right now. But I've kind of been, not to every state in the United States, but I have been. How many? Because I do travel. Can't remember on the top of my head, but I have been north and south, and I have been in the west coast before, and I've been in the east coast before. I'm not sure if I've been central before. Probably should take a trip. That'd be pretty fun. This gives me an idea of going to trip into the central of the United States, because I've never been before, so I think that'd be pretty interesting. Or at least maybe I did when I was really little, but not like as like a teenager or an adult, like for me right now. So, something to think about. Anyway, what was I talking about? I had to say this right here. Obviously, there's a kid show. They're trying to make fun of of the whole, like, oh, we should always get free parking spot. Oh, in the parking garages, they're always so expensive. Let me tell you, going out of state, yeah, garages are really expensive. Like $5, that's nothing. Honestly, Bill Green should be lucky. But I like how I was like, oh, congratulations, Bill. Son, I love cheapness in a man. And I like how Bill's like, it's not the money, Ma, it's the principle. Why should I pay this what did he say, gouger $5 when there can be a free spot? And hey, look, big coffee. Well, which is normal in like a big city. You would see like multiple, or at least a couple of the same brand, like in the same city, basically. Or are they not in big city? I mean, they didn't talk about it in the episode, but they have mentioned before. What was it, season 2? Yeah, it was a later season 2B episode where Bill was talking to Gloria of how there is Medium City. So I'm kind of wondering if we're ever going to visit there. Because I'm kind of wondering. Because big city is a big place. Remember when the Greens remember their truck got stolen? and they had to go find it. We saw how big city was, and it's really big. But most of the time we kind of stay at the community center, or the Greens home, or Big Coffee, or the farmers market. We kind of like stay there, or even Remy's mansion, or even sometimes Gloria's apartment. We stayed at a couple of places, but it's times like these where, yeah, big city's a big place, and we're on the other side of the city because they never mentioned the episode that they went to Medium City, but I'm pretty sure this is in big city. I'm assuming. But anyway, it was like, there's got to be a free parking spot out there somewhere. Look at Tilly right there. She's just sipping her splishy. Look at Cricket right there. Oh. And I like oh, hey guys, remember that I was about to say season 1. I think it was a season 2 episode, right? I believe it was season 2. Remember the beef up episode? So yeah, beef up is still a thing. But look, there's pretzels now. So are they doing like for like a 2-for-1 deal maybe? Maybe they are. Oh dang, this is out of order. And on free splishy day. Anyway, Tilly's like, oh, it's a bummer that you couldn't get a free splishy because of your principles, Cricket, but I guess you just had to share mine. That was really sweet. And I'm not sure if this is like a hot take or not with Clark here, but how he said like, no split in the sip and snack on the he said on the sip and snack ground rules, even inside or outside of like in the parking lot, you can't share the splishy drink. And on free splishy day, you had to throw yours out. Like you can't share it. And Cricket's like, what's wrong with sharing? And he's like, oh, it's basic hygiene, man. But it's basic hygiene. Well, I wouldn't expect you to understand. And you also got this garbage bin out of nowhere. Again, just like with Tilly's drink, it just comes out of thin air. I know I mentioned before. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. But the hot take I'm talking about is that like siblings and stuff, they do like share stuff in. So Clark is kind of it's basic hygiene. So like in the comments below before you rant about Clark or whatever. So just make sure you keep it civil, please. And I like how the Tilly's a savage sometimes. I love it, but Tilly, when Cricket's kind of talking to Clark, what's wrong with sharing? You see Tilly is kind of looking down, looking at the cup. She just takes Cricket's straw and puts it on the ground. Kind of like, okay, like I'm not gonna share with them. And I even like how Tilly's like, hey Cricket, the easier solution is just to put on some shoes, right? And he's like, yeah, it would be easier just to bend to Clark's will. But you know what? I'm going to find a loophole. And he's like, oh, hey, Clark. Like my dirty feet's not on your precious floor anymore. And he's like, no, now your feet's in my face radius. Oh, that's even worse. And I like this. Goo goo gaga, I'm a baby and I don't need to wear shoes. He's like, yo, you got to be kidding me. Like, really? And he even is really rude. He's like, you know what? You make an ugly baby. And I like how he's like, tell that to my mom. And I was like, oh, Cricket put some shoes on. And that's pretty cool. And Cricket's like, okay, Clark, you win. Shoes. He's like, okay, fine. Like, was that so hard? He's like, nope. Oh, he painted the shoes on. I'm sorry. I just have a gripe about this. Look right here. Oh. I'm sorry. I was gonna take a point off, but I think the paint that he painted the lid with the shoes with, that white, is the same color this. That's why you don't see the footprint. I am so sorry. Like, please forgive me. And look at this, a bucket gulp. I love that. I like the design. And he's like, no. that's not shoes. You just painted your feet that look like sneakers. He's like, it's covering my feet, right? It's basically what shoes do. True, but it's the rules, Cricket. And he's like, kid, I don't make the rules, okay? Everyone else has to follow them. Why can't you? Why do you get this special treatment? And then Cricket's like, because all these rules are dumb. Like, I'll even read some of them to you. He's like, what was it? No whistling, no hand holding, no mouth breathing, no roller skating. He's like, He's like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, kid, I'm gonna tell you again. Sorry. You either put on some shoes and get in with the program, or no splishy. Take a pick. He's like, He's like, oh, rule number, what was it, 42? Like, no sulking. And I'm just gonna leave it right there. And we got a pretty good view of the drinks, of the splishies. Pretty cool. The flavors. Okay. Where were we? Right, we're at the B plot where Bill is still trying to find the space and oh right, so there's this guy and he's like, oh, are you getting out? And like he goes in the car and Alice is not being patient. She's honking the horn and Bill's like, wait, just give him a minute. And Alice is like, okay, we'll wait a few minutes. And they waited like a minute and she looks back in the car and we see that he's like eating popcorn. He's looking at a movie. Oh, it's kind of like his own drive-in theater. Okay, that's pretty funny. He's like, oh man, and Bill's like, oh, I guess he wasn't leaving. And immediately as Bill moves out, he just books it and gets out. He's like, oh, I guess he was leaving. And then another car goes in. Did that guy plan that, or was it really bad luck? Because I'm like, how convenient as Bill moves, the guy just changes his mind. He had popcorn. He was watching a movie. And he just immediately got in the car. He wasn't like finishing up the movie or whatever. Or unless there was only like a couple minutes of the film left. But why did you want to do it in the car? So I kind of wonder if you planned that for the start. But why get back at Bill Green and Alice Green? That makes no sense. I don't know. And he's like, you know what? Pay the garage bill. And he's like, I'm going to go back. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll check the price. And he's like, it's up to $10 now. Oh, okay, it's going to increase every time he comes back. He's like, what is $10? Oh, that's another highway robbery. Nope. There is a free parking spot somewhere. Excuse me. Let's see what else. Oh, so now we get to Cricket, and oh, Tilly's like, you can always borrow my shoes, like if you don't want to go back home and get your own pair. And Cricket's like, I don't want to. He's like, I think you have to make a decision, brother. Like And then there's this guy who's coming from like a swim team. And he's like, oh, now they get like a free spreadsheet after a good workout. And he's jacked. And he's like, oh, no shirt and no shoes? Oh, man. And then Craig's like, oh, Tilly, I found another loophole. I'm going to start a band. Like, we're going to band together. He's like, oh, hey, the swim guy. Oh, it's crazy that we had to put up with Clark's rules, like with the shirts and shoes, right? He's like, oh, like, yeah, but, like, what are you going to do? Rules are rules. And he's like, I know we can do something about it. We can band together so we can get splishies anytime we want. Well, I mean, on the free splishy day, but in any case we want. And he gets people from all over the place. That was, like, near the what's it called? The Splishin snack place. And we have a couple of ladies coming from the, what was it? Oh, they were getting their toenails done, basically. So you see like yellow and green. And some of us decided not to wear shoes. And we do have one lady coming from like a yoga studio. And we have some people who don't want to wear shirts. And there's one like homeless guy. Not homeless guy, but he's like sitting on a lawn chair. He doesn't want to wear a shirt. He's like, we all deserve a splishy. And Tilly's like, oh, this is interesting. And Clark's like, nope, You'll give up soon. It's getting pretty hot out there. And then we get back to Alice and Bill. And Alice is like, oh, there's an old lady. He's like, hey, old lady, like, can you please move? Oh, I'm saving a spot for later. And Alice, Alice like, oh, this old lady, she lived her life. Let's just run her over. Like, no, don't do that. And Bill's like, come on, Ma. I said, okay, I'll go talk to her, old lady to old lady. Oh, hi, sweetie, you having one of those senior moments? I've been there. Oh, but can you please just let me and my son park in the spot, please? You're not using it. And the old lady's crazy, and she's just as powerful as Alice, and she's freaking Alice out, and she'd go back in the truck, and the whole lady's about to get in the truck to fight them both, and Bill, just drive. And she like scares them off with her cane, and she just goes back to being a nice old lady, just protecting the spot. I wonder who she's saving the spot for, unless she's getting like her own car towed here, because she can't drive. But why bring a car here? Who knows? Or maybe she's just a jerk who just wanted that spot all to herself, even though she doesn't have like a car, or maybe she has one of those mobility scooters, but she was using the cane, so I don't know. Anyway, it's just those unanswered questions I'm just kind of curious about. And what have I say? Oh right, let's go back to the garage. It's $20 now. And Alice is like, just pay the man, Bill. He's like, no, but now it's 20. Yeah, you better do it before it goes to 100. And I wonder if the guy just keeps on waiting for Bill to come back, or does he wait like an hour or something? And that kind of puts the realization: how long has Bill been driving for, and how long has Cricket and Tilly been staying at the Splishin snack place? I wonder. What's next? We get back to Cricket and like the people who don't want to wear shoes and shirts, and Tilly's is out there also, and everyone's getting like sunburnt, especially Cricket, and he's like, oh, everyone, you want to continue your stupid strike, or do you want to get a split? He's like, yeah, we give up. He said, no, guys, don't go. And oh, can we buy some shoes if we go inside? Oh yeah, we have a sale on sandals and flip flops. Oh, do you have a shirt? And he's like, yeah, it's a romper. It's a swim trunks turned into a shirt. So the other guy who didn't want to wear a shirt, since he doesn't sell shirts in the store, he couldn't get in, so he just left. I mean, yeah, it's pretty hot out. You want to go inside. I'm not sure if they said it was like a heat wave during the episode, but it was really hot. And Tilly's like, oh, brother, I'm sorry everyone left. And then Cricket's like, Tilly, I give up. Please just let me your shoes. Even Tilly was surprised. What? Please. I just want to split you. I'm so tired. He's like, okay, Cricket, if you're sure. Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. And I like the dramatic music. Everyone's like, oh, he's doing it. Clark's like, oh, well. I knew you'd see my way. He's like, hey, you're doing the right thing, man. Oh, enjoy, reap your reward because you did the right thing. And he even says, Clark is such a jerk. He's like, you know what else is sweet as a splishy? The sweet taste of victory. And Cricket is looking at like in like I remember the nitro berry, like in the reflection. he can't like really see himself because he even sings a song. He's what do I do? Oh, my mouth is feeling dry. Actually, my mouth is feeling dry too. Hold on a second. It actually, all this talk about drinks and like how hot outside in the episode is reminds me to drink some water. Especially for the second part, I don't want to like lose my voice, so this is probably a good idea. sorry, let me put this over here so it's away from the camera because you don't want to see a water bottle. Anyway, so yeah, that's way better. Okay, anyway. So Cricket's singing a song, and Bill is singing a song also, like, oh, like, I must pay, because like, he has to pay the guy, and it turned to $100. And, well, no, sorry, no, it actually turned to $50, but it's about to turn to $100. It's $50, and Alice is like, Bill, just pay, because I've been sitting in this truck. I'm getting the words mixed around, I'm sorry, but, it's a really good song. And I like how Bill and Cricket are singing at the same time. Like, oh no, sorry, Cricket singing I must say, and Bill's like I must pay, I must say, I must pay, I must say, I must pay. I was into acting, so I still have a bit of a singing voice. It's not like full, like Frank Sinatra or anything, but I have a bit of a singing voice. I must pay. And I like how like we got like different answers. So Bill does end up paying the man, so he finally gets a parking spot. Could you imagine there was no more spots left? Well, I guess we would have to actually have like a sign outside the garage so people just don't pay to get like nothing. Like, you know, that wouldn't be fair. But and Cricket's like, I say no. He just Clark said like this is the last bit of Splishy. So he basically threw on the ground the last free Splishy. Not only this is the thing that he worked hard for, but this is also could have been for someone else. So if any case someone coming in to get like a free Splishy, because of your actions, Cricket, especially on a hot day, they can't get one. Like you know what I mean? Like you wasted, like you basically wasted food. And you know, Cricket's saying, Clark, like, look, I know you're just doing your job, but not wearing shoes is who I am. Like you know, I'm sorry. And he's like, you know what, kid, I don't like, you know, agree with your principles, but you know, I respect you for them. And, you know, they shake hands, and I like how Clark said, you're banned from the store because like, you know, the Splishy Day only comes around once a year. That this was the last bit. It could have been for someone else. And you basically wasted food. It's probably one of the rules on that list right there. So I'm glad he said like you're done. Like not that you have a job now. Like, thank goodness. I don't want Cricket to have a job again. And Cricket's like, no, that's fine. I didn't like that part because Cricket, like, you kind of really messed up. But like I said, I can imagine probably in a couple minutes someone just on a hot day. Could you imagine like a little kid saying, "Oh, sir, I'm so thirsty." Like, "Oh, it was such a long drive," or even worse, a long walk over here. Like, "Oh, do you have a Splishy?" Is it no? But like we ran out. And he said, "Oh, what happened?" Oh, some kid threw the last Splishy on the floor, so there's no more left. Oh, what? Like, oh, that would be awful. I mean, unless he refills the thing, but he didn't mention that, so I think that's the last bit for today. So, you know, I'm sorry to the little kid or the next person who comes in who wanted a Splishy on this hot day and couldn't get one because of Cricket's actions. So yeah, Cricket, this is all your fault. Anyway, so Cricket and Tildy go inside the truck when Bill and Alice like park the car. He's like, "Wait, you guys are here? I just paid for the spot. Did you at least get your drink?" And then Cricket's like, No, it did not," with a smile on his face. And I'm surprised. I'm really kind of upset that, especially since Bill's kind of freaking out, especially with and Tilly must know about how Bill feels about, you know, garage spaces and stuff like that, because Tilly is definitely older than Cricket. She's been around longer. She would know. And why wouldn't she mention like, "Oh yeah, I got a Splishy, Papa, and it was delicious." Like, why wouldn't she say that? She got one. She enjoyed it. I don't understand. So like, you know, I don't know. And then Alice is like, "Oh, Bill, are you okay?" And then there's a person is that, "Oh hey, are you leaving?" Because this person wants the spot now. I'm not sure if they did an activity. They probably did, but that was the end of the episode. Okay, yeah, this was an okay episode. Yeah, you know, it was definitely okay. I would give it a 65%, like a D plus. Like it was okay. Like, definitely higher than a 60, but it was a 65. It was okay. Again, I like Bill, like not wanting to pay to park in the garage. I even like the flavors. That was pretty cool. I even like the song. That was pretty cool. Also, that guy, doing a driving movie and the crazy old lady, of how Bill and Elsa had to deal with the pedestrians and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty funny too. So again, an okay episode, because again with Cricket's A plot, there was just things I don't know. I didn't really like, and the whole thing about sticking to your principles, but you also kind of did like a wrong thing also, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but definitely an okay episode. 65%, and it comes below. Do you think it being too harsh? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was great? Fantastic even? Did you think it was perfect? Did you actually think it was bad? Would you prefer me to rank it lower? Probably. And it comes below. Like, I'm kind of interested. But, so yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to check out my community posts and my mini reviews. And I'll see you guys later today for the second half of episode 4 of Big City Greens season 3. Sorry, excuse me. It's called Taken. And I'll see you guys later today for that. Okay. Bye.